Okay, who am I talking with today?
My name is Hazen, Blue Collar Commander, BCCMTG for short.
Now, as I was saying earlier, you got to go over that first name because that sounds like you're making that up.
Yeah, it is a. I'm one of one that I know of as of now. So, I think my parents just lost their mind after the first kid. Older sister's name is Lauren, normal name, and then it goes Hazen, Wilder, Xander, and Draver. So after the first kid, I think they just lost it, start throwing stuff together, and here we are.
That's pretty Draver.
Yep.
Hazen and Draver. Hazen, Draver, get over here.
Yeah.
Are your middle names all wackadoo too, or is it just?
Man, I have two middle names. Yeah.
Of course you do.
Hazen, Aaron, Anthony.
Okay, so they said, all right, they gave out, they ran out of steam for the middle names. They're like, all right,
Yeah.
we're just gonna have him have to answer this question his entire life.
Yep.
You ever think about changing it at all? Or you're just like,
No, I like it.
Hazen.
I like it.
I mean, you are. It's unique.
Yeah. No, it's super unique. And then just growing up, already catching flack, because of the red hair. Throw Hazen in the mix on top of it, and it molds you into a quick-witted just monster, I guess.
That's true.
I'm just used to dealing with it and clapping back, and I've just learned to embrace it. I like it. I think it's unique, and yeah.
So what? Yeah, what's the old adage? No sailor learned to sail on calm seas, kind of thing. It's
yeah, exactly.
Forced a boy named Sue conversation, or
yeah, exactly.
So Blue Collar Commander, where'd you come up with that? I mean, the vest whole thing. How long? Tell me the story about Blue Collar.
Yeah, man. So it's I've been a electrician for a very, very long time. That's my primary work, and I started playing Magic the Gathering with some friends. Really, really liked it. It grabbed a hold of me. I'm one of those like superpower ADHDers, so I'll tend to hop between hobbies and things I'm passionate about. And man, I started playing Magic, and it just grabbed a hold of me. And just would not let go. Just with the consistent sets coming out, the different ways you can play, cracking packs, all that. It just grabbed a hold of me and hasn't left. So I love to play it. It was a whole lot of fun playing with my friends, and man, I'm very animated. I come from that blue collar background, being out on construction sites, that dirty, grimy construction humor. Just grew up in the trades my whole life, and just being animated on top of that. All my friends were like, "Hey, man, like you gotta you gotta give this a shot." Like there's creators out there that are, like I think you really have a shot at matching their energy or going even further with it. Just give it a shot, give it a try. And December of last year, went ahead and started the channel, and within 8 months we hit 10,000 followers, and we've been special guests and featured creator all over the place, and it's just been raised a bunch of money for charity. It's been mind blowing how quick it popped off and how well it's doing. But it's just I chose to grab it by the reins and just steer it into the blue collar mindset of blue collar workers. Like everyone has this stigma that that these guys are just there for a paycheck. They don't really. It's just a labor force, and it's like we're nerds too. There's plenty of times I came off the job site covered in mud and sheetrock dust, and I'm walking into an LGS and I'm playing Magic, and it would be me and a good friend Eric at the time, like we would get off at 8 o'clock from sweating all day, working out in the heat on a house, and just go into an LGS and start playing cards, and it's just that representation. And I noticed that it was something that was missing within the space. They always say, find what's missing within your niche and tackle it, and that's what I did.
Well, congratulations. You're saying you just started doing content creation back in December of 2024.
Yep. Hasn't even been a year yet.
Nice. Yep. Congratulations. That's a hell of a milestone. I think I've seen your numbers. You're looking real good. Now, before content creation, how long were you playing Magic for?
So I started with the set All Be One, Fracture All Be One. So just a few years. Just really just can't express enough. Really enjoyed it. Playing with friends, playing Commander. That's what I learned first, and just ran with it, man. Just ran with it. I went to a Command Fest in Dallas in 2024. I think it was around September, October time. Met a bunch of creators there. Met MTG Nerd Girl, some other creators, and I was like, man, I really feel like I can do this, and I just took the shot.
Well, congratulations. How long did it take you to figure out the vest thing?
Oh man, the vest thing, I'm pretty proud of that. I'm pretty proud of that. I came out swinging pretty hard with it because I just noticed. I mean, the our logo here, I designed myself. The vest, like the idea for it, I did myself. A lot of BCCMTG was just my brainchild. I get real, like I said earlier, as like with hobbies, I get locked in. I mean, I will just 200% whatever I'm working on at that time. And I was just trying to find it, just the proper branding. Like at first I was going to have a hard hat too, but I was like, that's going to be a little too much at conventions and things of that nature. Cause I was going to do a hard hat with stickers of who our sponsors are at the time, and I was like, that might be cool, but that, just a little much. You think you're carrying a
Eh,
backpack and cards and everything else. Yeah. So thinking about doing pins and things like that. But with the vest, I mean, I've got infinite tokens. I've got dice here in the pocket. I've got sleeves in this pocket. The back, they make these to hold an iPad behind the vest. I can slide a playmat back there, so I'm a walking
oh
backpack
my
if I really
God,
wanted
that's
to. Get
fantastic.
playmat, dice, infinite tokens. I do those little hard cases from Card Kingdom. I just keep one right here in case I pull something spicy. Like it's ready to go, man. It just worked out,
Well,
and I've
shit.
got
What the hell am I doing? I got a bag. I
yeah,
just.
and I've got the backs got our logo too.
Oh shit! There you go.
So just the branding, man, just being able to be at a con, and I was like, how am I gonna stand out of this gigantic sea of content creators,
That's true.
and as representing the blue collar space in MTG, I was like, dude, a safety vest, man, a safety vest. Just run with it, and it's worked. I mean, we were at a MagicCon Atlanta just a little while ago, and someone pulled over on the side of the road. Like, are you blue collar commander? I was like, dude, no way. I was like, that is yes, and it's the vest. It's the
That's
vest.
fantastic. Oh
Killer
shit,
branding,
dude.
man.
Man,
Killer branding.
you must have hurt your wrists high fiving yourself on that one.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
oh
Oh yeah.
yes.
Oh yeah. Because
Oh,
it was very first MagicCon,
holy shit,
so
that's
very
fantastic.
first MagicCon experience, very first time going as a creator, and just having that experience, man, it just everything I was hoping for and more. It was great. It was great.
Man, that's fantastic. And Atlanta was your first event.
So I had been to a few smaller events prior. I went to, like I said, I went to that Command Fest in Dallas prior
Yeah.
to when I was a creator. Then I went to DreamHack Dallas, which is more so like a gaming Twitch type thing. I was a featured creator there. And then I went to Commander Sealed in Rochester, New York, just 2 weeks before MagicCon Atlanta, and I was a featured creator there as well. And
Damn,
then
look at you.
that's what led up to MagicCon Atlanta.
All right. Tell me about this Command Fest thing. Because as a commander player, I'm like, whoa, oh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Command Fest, it's something that I believe it changes a little bit through each year who sponsors what one, but the one I went to, it was sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc. So they'll kind of go around, and it's now that I've been to both, I have kind of a reference point. It's about maybe like a quarter scale, maybe less of
Oh, I'm
MagicCon.
sure.
So it's just local. Well, like I said, mine was in Dallas. It's you come, you show up. There's maybe 15, 20,000 people.
Oh, just 15.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, compared to MagicCon, I mean, Jesus, it's
Sure,
it's a
sure.
it's a big difference.
Well, 30, they were saying 30,000 in Magic Con. So, I mean,
Thirty
that's,
thousand MagicCon, then probably 10, 5 to 10 at
I mean,
Command
still,
Fest as far as
that's a
scale.
lot of
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
tables of
yeah,
commanders.
yeah.
So, that's awesome. Are you based out of Texas or where are you at?
I am. I am.
Okay.
I'm in Central Texas. I'm in Dallas
Oh,
Fort Worth.
there you go. That makes it a lot easier. Be like, I'm going to
Yeah,
go check this out today. Oh, shit. Look at this.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It worked out.
So, any hobbies outside of magic?
Yes. So my ADHD superpower. I just being in construction my whole life, and then just being that hobbyist. I love working with my hands, a lot. So I like building things. I recently restored a 1970 Yamaha CS3 motorcycle, and it was one of the very first. I think it was the first Yamaha motorcycle that brought oil injection to the streets, and I it was a complete refurbish. I mean, there was someone had made it a rat rod. I bought it off someone for $300. It has 6,000 miles on it, and I did the pinstriping, I did the candy paint, I did the seat, the redo the whole engine, the whole thing. The whole It took a
Wow.
very long time. I had to get the clutch boss from Germany, the seat from England, like just parts all over the freaking world because of how old it is, and just got her kicking again. So it just it's like really anything, just tinkering, building things, working on engines. Like I love all of that. I love all of it.
Man, that's fantastic. How long did it take you to put that bike together?
Well, so the biggest thing was like I said, like the parts were all over the freaking world. Like they have these for example, since it was the first one, it wasn't real efficient, right? So the oil lines that run, that take the oil from the pump up over where it guides into the piston, those are hard, like hard formed plastic lines. And when those crack or they break or they have an issue, like there's no replacing it. There's no simple because of the way they built it, you have to get that same type of line. So just throughout the process, like just that alone, I'd work on it for a good couple weeks and then be waiting for a part for months and then get that,
Months.
start working on it again. Yeah, and just getting things from overseas. The previous frame that the owner had chopped off the back of the frame that held the fender up and like had rebar holding up the license plate. So I got a new frame shipped, cut that half of the frame off, welded it onto the frame that I had. It was a whole thing. But yeah, it's a living beast now. It's alive.
And you ride this around. Like it's actually like, hey, I'm going to take this out of the way. And it's just another, you got it licensed. You got your motorcycle. You ride a bike?
Oh no. This is as fast as they go is about 65, 70.
Okay.
And if anyone's ever been to Texas, it's 80 or nothing.
Right.
So
right.
it's not something I take on the highway. It's just kind of a cruising around type thing. But it is it is my pride and joy because it was the first time. A lot of stuff that I do, man. It's just I just get this itch in my brain, and I just full send at something, and it's often the first time I've ever done it. So it was, I'm gonna restore this motorcycle, and I did it. So very proud of it. I love it, and that's just one of those things I've been working on.
That is wild. I get some hairs up my ass sometimes, and the magic has definitely been one of them.
Yep.
But the idea of did you have a lot of, I mean, obviously blue collar commander and you being an electrician, you're, proficient with your hands and things like that, but you had never done any like work on cars or anything, or this was like, I'm just going to figure this out. I'm going to watch a bunch of YouTube videos. And
so I've done out of necessity. It is a lot of how people learn to work on cars and things like that. My very first car was a 97 Buick LeSabre, and it was just a piece of crap. And at the time,
there it is.
Did not have the money to pay a mechanic to work on it, but I had money for the parts, right? So I'd buy the parts, be a YouTube junkie figuring out how to do it, and then just kind of fix it along as I went. So when it came to that, I was like, I mean, dude, this thing's it. I mean, the motor for that motorcycle, I mean, it's maybe that big. You talk about like 1970 old. It's just a small 250cc engine. It's real tiny. And I was like, man, sure, I'm sure I can. Now it was more than I thought it would be. I mean, it took a lot. I mean, like I said, I opened it up. The clutch boss was snapped. There were parts broken that gaskets missing, and you can't get those gaskets anymore from back in the day. And I mean, it was a lot of work, but a lot of region, like the paint took the longest, I'd say, because I wanted that.
Okay.
Because I'm really anal about it, right? So I had some pieces I had bought that had the original paint, and the candy paints back in the day from Yamaha, they had a silver undertone that would sparkle through the top coat. And so getting that just right with freaking rattle cans, man. I found this guy on eBay that specializes in making the candy paints, does it in rattle cans, sent it out, and I'm sitting there rattle canning this bike and got it to work out, because I was so like, I redid the paint 2 or 3 times because it wasn't to my personal standard.
I love how in my head I'm like, well, clearly like the engine block or this, that. They're like, no, it has to look really pretty. And it's like, okay, that's
no, man. I'll show you a video of it, man. It's I mean, from what it was to where I'm really proud of it. It looks like it came out the magazine. I got it that far.
Wow, well done, sir. That's crazy. All right, well, let's bring it back on the road here with magic stuff here. What are you working on right now? Because I remember you doing something with mouse pads.
Yeah. So I actually own a company called Inkmats.
That
Another one
was
of
it.
my
That was it.
ADHD superpowers.
Here.
I was looking at the space, and it's I have a really high drive, really high work ethic. It's a gift and a curse,
Mm.
right? And so I'll, like I said, I'll just kind of 200% everything. And I got this idea. I was looking at the space. I was seeing the current, without naming names, I was seeing the current playmat companies that were out there that are being used a lot. And I was like, man, like this communication's not super great. The product's fine, but the quality control is not really there comparing product to product. I was like, man, I feel like I can do better. And I actually had a customer who owns a towel company. They print custom towels, and I did the electrical for their heat press. And throughout that process, they like-minded individuals, we became really good friends and started chatting and talking about things. And I just proposed the idea. I was like, hey, like, how would this work? Like, what does it look like? Heat pressing things of that nature. And man, just grabbed it by the horns. I'm really passionate about artists and supporting artists, especially within the space, and being anti AI art and things of that nature. So that's how I focused Fire on the platform. Because these other companies had creator and artist support, but it wasn't. I just didn't like how the world works when it comes to artists, where it's like you commission them once, you pay a couple $100, you got the art, and then you print that and sell that tenfold and make all that money, right? And the artist got $200. That doesn't really sit right in my head, as far as an artist contribution. So I was like, okay, so let's make it to where 25% of every single sale of an artist design goes straight to the artist every
Yeah,
single time. Every
clever.
single time,
Huh.
every single playmat, forever. As long as that playmat's being sold, if it sells and it's the artist design, they get a 25% cut. Doesn't matter. So that's how I structured it. Then
Hmm.
we got a whole bunch of artists involved. We have about 30 artists on board right now. We've got about 60 designs up on the website. And it's doing good. It's doing good. Our Kickstarter, we had a Kickstarter for it. The Kickstarter funded. We got $5,000 from that. It's a little bit more. It's about $5,600 for that. It went over what the goal was, and we used that for a heat press. We used that for getting our first order of our custom boxes to ship them out. More blanks. We got a better manufacturer for the blanks here in the U.S. And yeah, man, it's creating a pedestal for artists. There's artists of all sorts of different skills and backgrounds and everything else, and just giving them that pedestal to sell to their audiences. If they play Magic, that's even better. And then also getting artists from the MTG space. Like we have a few artists coming up that, yeah, I won't name right now because they're not 100% locked in, but we've got some artists that do card art that are coming on in the future to do playmats as well. So as a general, it's supporting artists within the space that the community already loves and providing premium quality playmats that the community loves and everyone uses. So again, I felt like it was a spot that needed some extra attention that I felt like I could provide, and here we are.
What a wild
So it's
idea.
going
And well
well.
done. That's
Thank
fantastic.
you.
Again, the
Thank you.
whole counter AI movement, it's like, how can we support artists? Never even
Yeah.
crossed my mind. It's like, what a great man. And what a great way to get people, what a great way to get artists excited about what you're doing. And then, oh, we've got 60, 30
Exactly.
artists on the website because they also, it's like, see it that way. Cause I've commissioned plenty of artists where it's like, yeah, I'm not making X amount of money back, but it's also like, all
Mm.
right, well, thank you for this. See you later. And you never talk to them
Yeah.
again. It's
Yeah.
like,
But and the issue with that is on that scale has never really changed depending on like the company size, right? It doesn't matter if you're like someone like ourselves, getting some artwork for a logo or something of that nature. It's kind of the same thing as in a $1 million company getting art. It's kind of never really changed. I know as artists get more proficient in their career, they've been doing it long enough, they'll get contracts and sponsors and things of that nature, and that of course changes. But the general rule of thumb commission doesn't really float around too much. So I was like, man, I want to change that. If an artist has a design that everybody loves and it's popping off and everyone's buying that design, they should be getting a cut every single freaking time. And then it also, in turn, it helps drive the artist, because if an artist, they're getting direct feedback on what's selling. They might just be doing some passion pieces, and if this one's selling, they're like, oh man, I need to do more work like that. People love that. So it's just a pedestal and a real good safe place for artists to just work on stuff and get it out there and see if it sticks. And it's been great so far.
And it's called Ink. What was it again?
Inkmats. Inkmats.com.
Inkmats.
Yep.
I'll have to take a look. That's pretty clever. Not like I need yet another playmat, but I have a playmat holder over here. It's like, all right, time to rotate out.
I got one behind my head.
Yeah. I don't think I also saw the quiver too. I just got one of those. I'm very excited. Yep. So, all right. Well, hey, let's talk some more Magic stuff. The new Avatar set just debuted the other day. What are your thoughts?
Man, I love Avatar. I watched Avatar a lot when I was a kid. I'm not going to say I love it as much as some of the other creators I've seen, because some people are going hard, which respect to them. I was real big into, dare I say it, I watched a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh as a child. And
dun, dun, dun.
And so it wasn't my primary show, but I did love to watch it. A lot of nostalgia there, for these older cartoons coming to, the game that I love playing, and it's really cool to see. I mean, Spider-Man was cool to see. Avatar is going to be cool to see. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is going to be cool to see. I mean, the Universes Beyond is here to stay. It's making Wizards money. They're not going to stop. So, I'm sitting here waiting for, give me a Nickelodeon Ren and Stimpy cat dog secret lair,
like they did SpongeBob, so I mean it's
crap like that. Yeah. So that's where it's like, they've got so much they can do with it, man. They're not going to stop. So might as well lean into it.
Yeah, well, while it looked like it was going to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, of course, you had people who are like, what if it's like a Rugrats partnership? And like, just weird, like, okay, no, but also, all right.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things too, man. I mean, it's business at the same time. They just announced that they're going to be doing K-pop Demon Hunter's Secret Lair.
Of course. Of course they are.
It's a business. You're gonna milk it. That's what we're all doing. We're all here to make money. So that's what they're gonna do.
It will be interesting to see how I don't know, because I don't think they can keep this tempo up without getting some feet. Like, it'll be interesting to see
They're already getting the negative.
Oh yeah. Oh, sure. Those mean old content creators making us not sell Spider-Man. Oh, you meanies, saying bad things about our set. It's like, well, you made it kind of easy.
Man, I haven't even had time to scan through.
I see your pile next to the camera.
Attorneys right here. I got to scan through, which I haven't even been able to touch. And there's been cons and 2 more sets since then. I mean,
it's moving fast, boy. I tell you. The funny thing is, obviously, Avatar comes out next month, but then it's immediately into Lorwyn. It's like first week of January or something like that. It's like, good Lord,
early January.
It's moving quick. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess it'll the tempo will have to. They'll figure it out eventually, and they go, okay, here's sustainable, here's not sustainable, and based on the sales of, I don't know. I guess we'll see. Again, we don't have all the details. All we have are the investors' calls we get once a quarter. They kind of go, okay, well, how'd that go?
Yeah.
So
I think it's also changing with like, if you think of like all of a sudden, like when they did the first few Universe Beyond sets, right? They did that as a mark, it's more a marketing ploy than anything else. Like, let's get new players, and people are going to love this, but let's try to get new players in the door who are interested in these IPs. Now they need to sate the hunger of all these new players who came in because of Universes Beyond. And I think that's a lot of what we're seeing. We're seeing the typical, in series sets come out, and then you've got the Universes Beyond set that's coming out, and the people that are used to how it has been are really upset about it. Well, and me as a relatively new player, like I said, I started with All-Be-One just a few years ago. I get it. I see it. I see what the issue is, but I mean, it's gonna change. Times are changing. I think the issue with Wizards right now is they haven't figured out what the balance is, and they're trying to figure out what that balance is. And while they're figuring that out, everybody's pissed off.
Well, they're never gonna make everybody happy, and I get that, but it's also like, all right, come on, guys.
They're also like, they're in the middle right now of
figuring
it out, so that more people are upset.
They will get to an interesting tempo on this, and it's just three of each a year, and I guess that's probably how it's going to go. And not much you can do about it, but Well, enough negative talk. Let's get into some positivity. Let's go over something that you enjoy about Magic the Gathering, and it can't be the gathering because everybody goes to that one as a
Yep, yep,
go-to.
yep.
Like, oh yeah, all the people. It's like, yeah, I know that's a pretty huge part of it. So tell me something positive that you're enjoying about Magic
The
right now.
community. No, I'm just
God damn
kidding.
it.
Yeah. Man, I really, really love um the fundraising aspect of it. So the
Really? Okay.
gathering adjacent, okay?
All
Okay.
right. All right.
So the fundraising aspect is something I didn't really anticipate, like starting this, going into this, building this. I didn't really plan on that. I didn't really see that, as something that would be really all over the place. If you think about it, I mean, you see people doing fundraisers and charities all over the place within the space, and that's something I didn't really know a whole lot about. And me myself, as we started on our journey and started shooting up with our numbers and everything else, we got some invites to some things and found out about like that there's Magic the Gathering, like Trevor Project fundraisers and Trans Lifeline fundraisers and suicide prevention fundraisers and all things of that nature. And I was like, man, this is great. This is awesome. And me personally, I'm LGBTQ plus positive, like as far as friends and allies and everything else. And the blue collar space in the world has a bad stigma for not being very opening to those people, like at all. You go walk on a porta potty on a job site, you're gonna have a bad day.
Yeah.
Like it's not a good space for that. So I was like, okay, I was like, well, so as that representation, how can we right that wrong? How can we work towards writing that within the MTG space as that representation, like I said. And we went ahead and signed up with Commander Sealed in Rochester, New York, to support the Trevor Project fundraiser. And within 4 to 5 months, the BCCMTG community alone raised over $17,000.
Wow.
And that's
Congratulations.
still within my first year of doing this. So it was, just all these different aspects of things that I was like, yeah, this would be really cool to support this and get in front of that and try to right that wrong and correct that movement. And we were one of the top earners for that entire event in Rochester, New York. We were the top. We were right up there with the Steel City.
And that was all in
So it was just,
person?
what
That
was that?
couldn't have been. That couldn't have all been in person, right? That was like online donations and
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it was Twitch streams, and then
okay. I
some
was
stuff
gonna say, I'm
I
like,
made
what
a
in the world
few.
were you doing in New York?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it was a bunch of Twitch streams, and then I have my website for my content creation, bccmtg.com, and I have shirts and designs I've personally made on there. And I made a bunch of merch for the Trevor Project, and I would sell it during our weekly streams, and proceeds would go towards the fundraiser as well. So there are multiple different ways people could donate. There's cups, shirts, hoodies, all sorts of stuff on there, and it just man, it was unreal to see, just like again, just a, I'm gonna take a swing at this, take a shot at it, and boom, 17 grand raised, top earner, featured creator. It was crazy. It was crazy. And our plan next year is to, we hit 17,000 in 4 months this year, and we're brand new to the scene. So next year we're aiming for 25. We're going to see if we can hit that or maybe blow past it. But now this is something that we have our hearts and our minds set on, that we're definitely going to be doing every single year.
I'm gonna have to ask you some questions about that because obviously
Yeah.
I'm with Stack Up and there's no like veteran community that I'm aware
Uh
of
huh.
yet. So that might be an interesting something I have to
Yeah.
talk to you
Yeah.
about. But well, we're getting late on time, so let's go ahead. Where can everybody find you on the internet here?
All over the place at BCCMTG or Blue Collar Commander. So my primary media platform is Instagram. We're on Twitter. We're on Threads. We're on Blue Sky. We're on YouTube, Twitch, of course, all over the place. So BCCMTG or Blue Collar Commander.
And let's hear a little bit more about Inkmats.
Yep, yeah. And then inkmats.com. Check it out if you would like. It is very, very artist forward, very artist friendly. It's all about supporting artists. And there are all sorts of artists on there that have put their heart and soul into their work, and it's on a playmat. They're really good quality playmats. I believe in perfecting one product instead of branching out to a million. So it's a 2.5 millimeter mat, stitched edge, rubber backing, real good quality. and we're just quality product, getting artists to get their work on it and getting it out the door to you. So check it out.
Very nice. All right, everybody, Blue Collar Commander Hazen.
Yep.
Thank you for coming on the show. Certainly appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you.